1917, a pivotal year in history, a time of immense social and political change in the United States. Most of Europe was engaged in World War I, which the US entered that year. Cheap labour and the development of assembly lines led to rapid industrial growth, which in turn brought many social problems. Child labour, crowded tenement districts, high mortality rates and rapidly spreading diseases were common. Chicago, Illinois was a magnet for immigrants seeking work, and it was there that reformers called for improved social conditions for their communities. Among those looking for ways to help others was Melvin Jones, a successful insurance man. He was secretary of the Business Circle of Chicago, a lunch club established to help its members grow their businesses. However, Jones had a different goal in mind. He was convinced that you do not get very far until you start doing things for others. Jones' thoughts struck a chord with his club, and they gave Jones permission to invite similar clubs across the country to a meeting to discuss forming a new kind of club. The first meeting was attended by Chicago Business Circle and several other groups. One was a delegation called Lions Clubs, which had started in Indiana in 1916. Melvin opened the meeting and shared his vision for the new club. The attendees were receptive and suggested that groups adopt the name Lions and merge the existing clubs into new, bigger, stronger organization, and the lion was the perfect symbol. At the first convention of the International Association of Lions Clubs, the logo of a lion holding in its mouth a club inscribed International was adopted. They also approved a principle that has guided Lions Clubs ever since. No club shall hold out as one of its objects the financial gain of its members. In 1918, the first edition of the Lions Club magazine was published. It contained a copy of the Lions Code of Ethics, which required a club to aid my fellow man by giving my sympathy to those in distress, my aid to the weak, and my substance to the needy. By 1919, Lions had grown to 42 clubs across the US, with more than 2,300 members. Some of the early clubs had women members, but soon the Constitution limited membership to men. It would be almost 70 years until 1987 before women were welcomed again as members. The first Canadian club was established in Ontario in 1920. Lions clubs had now truly become international. It was thanks to the support of those Canadian clubs and the intervention of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, that the first British Lions Club was founded in 1950, and by 1974 that had grown to over 300 clubs in the UK. It was in 1974 that a local Wokingham bank manager, Mr. Anthony Corbidge, proposed the formation of a Wokingham Lions Club, sponsored by the Bracknell Lions Club, which had formed 5 years earlier. Speaking in the local press, Mr. Corbidge said, "I have felt for some time that Wokingham could take a Lions Club." Enough volunteers came forward and the club was formed on the 23rd of May 1974, with 24 members signing the club charter. The fledgling club immediately got to work with nearly new sales, donating therapeutic vehicles to local children, medical alert bracelets, and charity golf days. In 1979, we introduced a Wokingham event that would last for nearly 20 years, the Wokingham Donkey Derby. Held on Easter Saturday, the event featured not only donkey racing, but train rides, piano smashing, a sheepdog display, Morris dancing, and an Easter bonnet competition. The Donkey Derby was last run in 1998, but a new event was started in 1996, which came to replace it, the Wokingham Mayfair. For many years this was masterminded by Jerry Agate, a Lion who contributed so much to the club that we still have an award in his name to this day. Here he is speaking at the 2003 Mayfair.
So incredible, I actually get phone calls from people asking me the date of the Mayfair so that they can decide on what day they're going to go on holiday.
Through the years we have striven to do our best to support Wokingham community. We estimate we've raised over £2.5 million through fundraising events such as the Mayfair, the Wokingham Winter Carnival, which we took over in 2022, the Wokingham Walk, Wokie Comedy Nights, the Wokingham Classic Motor Show, the Wokingham Charity Fireworks Display, with its unique torchlit procession from the Town Hall, started in 1989. Wokingham Lions have been one of the 4 service clubs organising it since 2014, and there have been quiz nights and many other events. Even during the COVID lockdown, we were running online quizzes over social media. Most of what we've raised over the years has gone to support local charities and community groups, with around 10% going to support the Lions Club's International Foundation for international projects and relief. In 1990, we collected unwanted ladies' fur coats to be sent to Poland, which was enduring a particularly harsh winter. Recently, we supported an initiative started by Lions in Finland, whereby we purchased 10 stoves to be sent to Ukrainian families. We've not just been focused on raising funds. We also have got our hands dirty providing all kinds of service to the local community. Once in the 1990s, we took a call from the University of Reading, who discovered they had a cellar full of coal in one of their buildings and wondered if we could do anything with it. We dug it all out and distributed it to local pensioners. The Wokingham Lions Christmas food collection, locally known as the Can-Can, started over 30 years ago with the original aim to support older adults. In more recent years, we have been working with local charities and food banks. And last Christmas, we distributed over 300 food parcels. In 1925, Helen Keller addressed the Lions Club's International Convention and challenged Lions to become Knights of the Blind in the crusade against darkness. Since then, we have worked tirelessly to aid the blind and visually impaired. Locally, we have been collecting used spectacles. And since 1980s, over 2.5 million have been collected by clubs in the south of England. In 2004, the now Duchess of Edinburgh became the royal patron of the Lions Clubs of the British Isles and needed a club to belong to. She became an honorary member of Wokingham Lions and has remained one ever since. All through these 50 years, we have also enjoyed ourselves with social events and activities. It can't all be work. We enter our next 50 years as a strong, vibrant club who enjoys supporting our community, the wider world and each other. I've certainly enjoyed my time here with the Wokingham Lions. My name is Mervyn Clark and I've been a member since 1983. Here's to the next 50 years of the Wokingham Lions Club.